Yes. Let's take a big breath. Maybe lift your arms, reach up. And as you exhale this breath, extend your arms out, touch the earth, bow your chin. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Just nice big breath, opening, stretching yourself here, awakening and inviting. We'll do 1 more. All the way up and flow all the way down. And last one, I'm going to inhale, reach up, sweep up. And as you exhale, bring these hands down with great reverence and honoring to rest in front of your heart. Bow your chin, close your eyes, smile even. Feel your way deep inside. And at the very beginning here, it's always kind of fun to notice the fluctuations, that are happening at the very beginning of practice. Maybe the eyes aren't quite settled, or you still feel maybe you're more in your head than your body. And you might even tune into discomforts. And take 1 nice big breath in. Release that breath with great intention, like and we'll open practice and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. And bowing your chin, release your hands to your thighs or your knees. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so let's start on your backs, and feel free to grab a blanket if you'd like for underneath your head or anywhere there. And we'll just take a few moments here on your back just to open lovingly. So just start in your pseudo Shavasana. Your arms can be down, your legs can be straight, or they can be bent. Just close your eyes and feel into the support beneath you. Feel your breath moving through you. And we'll just take the arms and extend them over your head. Again, legs straight or bent. And arms over the head if that's comfortable, or you find your own place here. And just resting still, the arms are still restful. Good. And then if your legs are straight, bend them now. Place your feet on the floor. I'm going to separate the feet apart, and we'll just start with the windshield wiper. And just dropping the knees side to side. And again, using all of your powers of introspection, inner creation. Just feel whatever's moving or rising. Good. And let's just do 1 more on each side. And then we'll bring the knees up, and we're going to pigeon toe the toes in, heels out. Bring the knees to touch, or the inner thighs to touch. And just drop in so that you just soften yourself here. And feel the spacing of your feet. And you might walk them in or out. We're going to press your inner thighs, your knees together so strongly. And you might even notice as you keep pushing them, the feet maybe will engage a little more. And we're going to start to lift the hips just a little bit with the knees pushed together and So the hips will just lift, tush maybe comes a little bit off the floor. Use your feet, like just feel what this is. Notice if tension comes in into your hands or your shoulders. Take one more moment here. And then slowly lower your hips back to the floor, separate your knees apart. And you can change the position of your feet. I'm just going to drop the knees out to the side. So I have not brought the soles of the feet together. The legs are, feet are still wide apart. I'm just dropping the knees out. You might, integrate a little bit of hold on, it's going to come to me. A little bit of integrity into your feet. So maybe the toes lift or pushing the outer edge of your feet into the floor. And now soften as much as you can on the inner thighs. So smile, not so serious. One more breath. Good. And then we'll bring the knees back, heel toe the feet together and bring both knees into your chest. Just take your arms up and over, hug the knees or the shins or anything here. Just feel into this moment. Good. And we're going to take it to twist. So if you need props, you'll put them in. Otherwise, arms open to the side, both knees dropping over to the right. We'll turn the head to the left. And just breathe here, let the body open, being gentle with whatever it is you're feeling. And we'll just add a little bit extra by taking the left arm up and alongside the left ear, if that's okay. Still, the arm is still resting. Good. And I'm going to take the right hand and bring it to the top of this left thigh. And we'll just press this left thigh away a little bit. Just enough so you feel, oh yeah, that's getting right into this crunchy part of the hip crease. And if you've moved your arms, just bring them back out to the side. 2 breaths. Good. And then we'll bring the knees up. And they might, feet might stay on the floor when you do that, or you bring them back into your chest. And then release the knees now to the left. Turn your head to the right, just, nicely. And take a few moments. And if you'd like to bring the right arm up and alongside the right side of your head, you can do that. Good. And then I'll take the left hand to the top of this the right thigh. And just press it away. Look for a little bit of opening. Good. And if you've taken your arms up, then just bring them back out to the side. Drop in again. Good. And then come back onto your back. Feet on the floor, hug your knees in. Good. Okay, we're going to keep the right knee in, place the left foot on the floor. Good, let's cross that right ankle over the left knee, open your arms out to the side, and we're going to come back to Windshield Wiper in this position of thread the needle-ish, or Magic 4 is another thing I've heard this called, this ankle over knee. Good. So just swaying side to side here a couple times. Just to open the back. Good. And then finishing off and having the left foot on the floor. And then we're going to bring this package into your chest for thread the needle. So you can take the hands behind the left thigh, on top of the left shin if you're ready for that. And just drop into your breath. If you need a support under your head, please put it there. Good. Okay, I'm going to shift this package a little bit to the left. Just looking for what I can feel, where I can bring my attention, my energy into softening and releasing. And notice the shoulders, the heart. Can you melt there a little bit? Okay, we're going to release the hands. You're going to take your right hand to your right knee and the left hand around the sole of the right foot or on top of the ankle. Lower the left foot back to the floor, and then the left leg can stretch out or can stay bent. And we'll rock this little leg baby side to side. So similar to what we were doing with the windshield wiper action here, except this time, we've kind of stabilized the body, and we're really just rocking the hip. Good. Okay, and then just hugging this shin towards your heart as best as it's going to go. And I've moved the left hand to the baby toe edge of the right foot, and I'm actually going to really push that right edge of the foot into the hand, and the hand is going to pull it back, and in that way I kind of protect the knee. And just bring it in so the shin is aiming to your heart maybe, or not even anywhere near that. That's fine too. Good. All right, one more breath. And then we'll release, just hug this right knee into your chest. And if the left leg wants to stretch out, maybe it already is, you can just let it relax. We'll take 2 breaths here. Okay, we'll just really hug this in as you inhale. And as you exhale, we'll take the arms back over the head. You can stretch your legs long. Let's just drop in 2 breaths here. You can even tune into the change you've already invited in. Yes. Okay, I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. So I'm just going to stretch arms and feet and legs, and then bring the knees in. However you do that, hug them in. Rock in and out. Yeah, I'm going to circle the knees now, just to massage the low back. So your hands can stay on your knees, and you just make them go around in a circle. And that's nice. You can feel yourself massaging your low back. And if you want to go deeper, take your arms off your knees and maybe flex your feet and just start to circle. So whatever you're doing, enjoy and reverse. Start to circle in the opposite way. You're just stirring and opening, awakening. Good. Okay, and then we'll just bring the knees back in, and we'll set the right foot on the floor and cross this left ankle over the right knee. We're coming to windshield wiper, arms out to the side, and whenever you're ready, just start to rock side to side, and go very slow if you like. Just finding a good pace. Maybe it matches your breath. Okay, so I'm just going to finish up both sides, and then we'll come back to your center and adjust what you need. And when you're ready, friend, you move to thread the needle. So hands will go behind the right thigh or on top of the right shin. And then just take a few moments here. Notice that the chin is really lifting. Pull it in or grab a support for your head. Good. Okay, I'm going to rock this package a little bit more to the right. Just looking for a place that I can deeply be with and feel into without too much attachment or too much aversion. Just, oh yeah, okay. I'm going to breathe into you and offer myself some relief and release in anything I'm experiencing. Good. Okay, so we're going to get ready to catch this foot. So the left hand to the left knee, right hand around the sole of the foot or the ankle, whatever you need. Lower the right foot to the floor and then flex your foot, even if you're holding onto your ankle, imagine, your hand is there, you're pushing in. The ankle could be pushing into your hand. And then start to rock this leg, baby. And the right leg can stay bent if you want to make it or straighten it. Go ahead. It's rocking this hip. Yes. Okay, I'm going to draw this shin in towards the center of the chest, and I'm resisting with the foot. Notice my right leg is starting to activate. I'm going to let that happen. If that's happening for you, it's fine. If it's not, it's fine. Good. And then we'll release. Just hug the knee into your chest for a few moments. Drop your breath, your shoulders, your back. I'm just going to hug it in so tight as I inhale, as tight as I can. And as you exhale, release the leg, arms over your head. Just take 2 breaths here. Yes. Okay. So we're going to come up to sitting, and I'm going to take this little Frankenstein out of the coffin lift. So whatever works for you, it's fine with me. I'm just going to all meet in sitting. So maybe from here, you take your arms, you reach them up to the sky, and then you keep reaching up, let your head lift, tuck your chin, and you keep going. And if you want to challenge, maybe you kind of stop, like, oh, and then you come up, 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 up. Okay, however you get here, once I get up, I'm just going to lift my arms up. Yes, and then release, and good. Okay, great. Let's come to this reverse tabletop for a moment. And you can take your hands. I'm going to take them, fingers pointing towards the hips, but you make whatever you need here, as wide as you need. And we're just going to start with a little side to side. So, I've taken my arms out to the side and turned my hands just to show you, if you're dealing with shoulder, wrist stuff, you could still do this without putting so much. When I take the hands back, it's really in the shoulders. So however you're doing this, just rocking, exploring, what's happening. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to find cat-cow here. So however that is, if your arms are out to the side, it does give a little bit less for the shoulders, and the abs have to work a little harder. But whatever you're doing, just explore it, experience it. Good. Okay. And then I'll come to let the back drop like I'm doing cat pose. I'm going to lift the hips. So I'm just walking my feet in, finding the place where I feel I can do that. Good. And then open your heart. Take the shoulders back. Lift your hips if that's there for you. And might even rock this front to back if that's available. And you can do this with your hips on the floor in your own way. Make the poses work for you. Good. Okay. And then we'll lower down, and I'm just going to release the hands. Maybe you give them a little shake, and you can hug your knees in or get nice and tight. Drop your head, take your back, and breathe. Good. Okay, and then keep hugging the knees in as you lift your head, your chest, your spine nice and tall. Take one more breath. Good. Okay, I'm just going to turn and face you. So from here, I'm going to take this right leg out, right hand down. So I'm going to actually lean over to the right. Take the left hand to the inside. We're going to catch hold of and just start to straighten. And as you straighten, so maybe it goes straight and maybe not, I'm going to push into the hand, bring myself back as much as I can. See if I can find some balance here. Maybe I'll take this arm off the floor. Breathe. I've got this foot is really active, supporting me. Okay, we're going to take it across. You're going to switch hands. If this works, you make it work for you. I'm going to take the left arm out, turn to the left, and the leg can stay bent. All fine. Good. Okay, come back, cross, grab, extend, or hand on the floor. It's all fine. Good. Okay, one more time. We'll just take it across. Switch, open, twist. Okay, and then we'll just end with the left hand holding the left leg, take it out, find your place here. And then there's that lift. I push the foot into the hand. I lift myself up. If this works or this works, whatever works. Okay, and then we'll just set it down into Utkatasana. I'm going to take the soles of the feet together. If it's no good, just go to cross-legged. Lift yourself up. Good. Take one nice big breath in. Okay, and then second side. So I'll take the left hand over, find the right heel, and start to push it in. So I'm kind of exaggerating this. We're going to lean over, and then I want to find more balance in however you do that. Good. All right, then we switch. We take the arm across and open. You're twisting. Good. And then we'll switch and open. Take your arm out or on the floor. Look at your hand and then switch. Find your way in your own yoga play. Beautiful, guys. Good. Okay, and then we'll just come to open, whatever this is for you. And then release. We'll take both feet to the floor. Maybe it's cross-legged again. Maybe it's Utkatasana. I'm going to take the hands to the floor, push the feet together. Good. Okay. Take one more breath. Good. Okay. And then we're just going to take whichever knee wants to come over, just so you can make your way onto your hands and your knees. Good. Okay. And then we're just going to take downward dog, or maybe it's child's pose, or from child's pose to downward dog, whichever you need here. And you can have, actually, let's take the blocks forward, because we are going to do a few little standing poses too. So grab your blocks, and if you need a blanket for underneath your knees, put it there. And then whenever you're ready, make your way into whichever pose you're going to, child's pose or downward facing dog. And we'll just take a few moments to just settle here, wherever you've gone. Good. And I'm going to lift and lower my heels a few times. Good. Okay. And then we'll just meet in hands and knees. So wherever you are, just come into your hands and your knees. And if you have your blocks, they might go on the highest height, put your hands on them. And I'm going to step the left foot right between the blocks. Yes. And then we'll just come to this, waving front to back. That such a good, healing thing. There's so much, if you think about the first time you did this, because I remember first time I did this in yoga, and I was like, oh, it was excruciating. I love to think back to those times. Okay, and the next time you come forward, maybe we're going to lift the knee and still do the front to back. So, yogi's choice. If you want to keep the knee on the floor, lift up, the blocks can be very helpful. And I'm going to change this so slightly that the next time I straighten the left leg, I'm going to bend the right knee. Yes, and then I'll go forward again, bend the left knee, and bend the right knee. Okay, breathe, feel. Let's do one last one. Good. Okay, and then we're going to come to have the legs both straight. So you might narrow your stance. You can walk your feet in, and then the left foot might walk more to the left, the right foot more to the right. Just make it comfortable. Find a nice stance. Okay, now we're just going to move the hips. So you're going to take the left hip forward and the left hip back. And just do that a few times. Just kind of feel all the things that happen in the thighs. Good. Okay, now you're going to take that left hip back. Let the right heel move. So that's what happens. It's a hip to heel connection. As we take that left hip back, the right heel is going to turn out. Okay, you can have your knees bent. Push your hands into your blocks. Lift your chest. And then press your thighs back. There's a lot happening. Good. Smile. Okay. And now I'm just going to fold forward over this leg. So the blocks can walk forward, they can walk back, maybe the hands to the floor. Just breathe nicely, be kind, be gentle. How's that? You don't have to go any further than your body says that it's ready to go today. Okay, good. And then we'll come back. Good. I'm just going to step the foot back, take the knees to the floor. And I'm going to take child's pose here. I'm going to turn the blocks onto their lowest height. I'll place the hands on the block. So I have the heel of the hands at the edge of the block. The hands are open. And then I'll drop my head down if that works for you. Great. I use the blocks, even though they're not really going to go anywhere, it's like I want to push them away. And just that action of pushing them away is going to give you a little bit more length through the back somewhere. Maybe you're going to feel that. Yeah, take one more breath. Good. And then we'll come back to hands and knees. And I'm going to place the blocks back on their highest height. And then we'll bring the right foot forward. And once you're here, you just start again with the flowing front to back. And then just breathing, noticing for you, is this very tight? Does it feel very free? How does it feel? Okay, let's talk about feelings. Feelings. Okay, and then the next time I come forward, I'm going to lift that back leg and just come back the front to back. I am lifting the sole of the right foot off the floor just to give myself a little bit more of a calf stretch at the front. Good. And I'm going to add the back knee. So as I come forward, I'll bend the left knee and then take it back. Oh no, as I take it back, I bend the left knee. There we go. You probably got it. Good. So let's do that a few times. Nice and stable through your blocks. Good. Okay, and then we're going to come to straighten both legs. So go ahead and, change the place of your feet. You can walk the right foot out, left foot out, move your blocks, and then just come to the hip. So you pull the right hip to the front of your mat, and then you're going to pull it back. And if you need to bend your knees to explore this, that's great. Do that. Good. Okay. And then we'll come to have the legs, I'm going to say straight, but yogi's choice here. Pull the right hip back, let the left heel turn out a little bit, and then find the lift first, this half place. I use the hands, take the heart back, belly in, lift your chin, and then press your thighs back. And fold down over this leg, whatever your body allows, invites you into. Good. Okay, and then we'll press into the hands, lift the head and the heart. We're going to step the feet forward into a forward fold. So as the feet come, in alignment, wherever that is on your mat, move your blocks wherever you like. And then inhale, start with this half forward fold where you're lifting your heart, your chest. If you need to bend your knees to release your back, do that. And then exhale and fold down. And you can use the blocks maybe to support your forearms if you like. And just breathe here. I'm going to send the weight, I'm just going to rock a little bit on my feet. Forward and back if that feels nice for you. Good. Okay. And then I'm going to come all the way up, and we'll come through Utkatasana. I know some of you have been skiing, so this might be very familiar. So you're just going to bend, sit down, and then take your arms out, up, or if they need to be on your thighs, or maybe you need to be here. Find a place here. Let's breathe. I'm going to sit down a little more just to juice it up. Good, and then rise up through the power of your legs. Release your arms, maybe down at your sides. Breathe here. Good. Dizziness, normal? Good. Okay. Groovy. All right, let's take, I'm going to keep one block at the front here. I'll take one block to the back, and then I'll step the right foot forward and the left foot back. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to adjust this view. Sadie right here. Okay. Good. All right, so now I'm going to have the right foot pointing straight. I'm going to pop that left heel out, put your hands on your hips. Let's bend into the front knee and then straighten. I'm going to put a little bend into the left knee and then just do this. Good. Okay. And then we'll come to straighten both legs. Take your arms out. And now you're going to take the hips and press them more to the left. Start to side bend. Now the left hand can drop to the hip. Turn your right palm up. Just reach. So you're really pushing this thigh back. And then take your hand down to the block. And you're like, oh, sweet relief. And you can press into the block. I'm turning my left heel out a little more. I feel like that just needs to happen. And then lift your left shoulder and turn your head to look up or straight ahead or look down. And then if you want to reach the arm, that's fine. Okay, we're just going to press. So I'm pressing my thighs back and taking more of my weight behind me. Like I'm dropping the heart back, the belly back. Smile, feel your feet, your ankles, everything that's here, feel it. Okay, one more breath. And then we're going to take this into warrior two. So you'll bend the knee. Both arms will come up and just turn yourself, adjust your foot. You know, maybe the foot wants to turn, the left foot wants to point straight more. And then we'll turn the right palm up and we'll just reverse this. And then we're going right to Parshva. So the forearm comes to the thigh and we reach up and over. And it's about lengthening now through the left side. You can drop more into your right knee if you like, but it's about stretching. Good. Okay, and then we'll release. Let's come to forward fold. So we'll do face front, turn both feet. I'm going to take my hands to the hip crease here. And I'm just going to start to fold forward here. If you need your blocks, you know where they are. Otherwise, start to drop down. Now your hands can come to the floor. I've left mine here on the hip crease, and I'm just going to push the hips back, thighs back. If you need to bend your knees, you know, you can do that. You can lift your shoulders in some way. Good. And then releasing maybe the hands back to the floor. I'm going to come up without using the hands. So just bring yourself up if that works. And then I'm going to bring the feet together just to give myself a rest. So you might just heel toe them together, or maybe it's a little jump. And then just drop in. Like close your eyes, breathe. Feel your legs. Yes. Okay, and then we'll go to the second side. And we turn that left foot. So you'll open your legs wide again. You can step them and then turn that left foot out. And the right heel is going to pop out. Good. And then I can't remember if we had our arms out or hands on the hips when we did this little bending thing. So do whatever feels right. And just, you know, you don't have to go super far. You're just feeling in. Good. Okay. And then we'll come back. Now take the hands to the hips. Good. Okay. Start to move your hips over to the right. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to take the hands out, and this hand can stay on the hip. I'm just going to reach. So I'll turn this left palm up. And I have the wall here. I mean, how lucky. Like, that's a great thing. Otherwise, you're just reaching, pulling the hip back, and then release your hand, find your block. And you can bring it in line with the middle of your shin maybe. And then open the shoulder. You firm your legs. So you're pressing down. Feel if that right heel needs to turn out. And then You can reach the arm up or not. You don't even have to. You look up, look down. Feel it in your legs, your ankle flexion, your smile, everything connected. Feel in. Even if this is really not so pleasant, you know it's not forever. Good. Okay, I'm going to start to bend the knee. We're going to move into warrior 2. So the arms come out. I open the knee out, belly in, take everything back, drop your shoulders, breathe, and then turn that left palm up. Take the right hand down and reach it up. Good. And then we'll take the forearm to the thigh, and the right hand can stay on the hip, but it can also come up and over. And then it's really about extending through the right fingers all the way to the outer edge of the right foot. My feet are working. I can really feel them working. Good. Okay, and then we'll release, and you might just, we're going to come to forward fold again. So however you want to do that, I'm going to take the hands to the hip crease and press back, start to fold down. And wherever you are here, you can grab your blocks or rest, hands to the floor, or they can stay where they are. Nice, strong feet, strong legs. I'm going to take my hands, interlace them, and just lift them up and over. If that's okay for you, we'll go for that. And press from the inner thighs to the outer thighs. And then we'll release. And I'm going to take the hands to the floor. I'm going to walk myself around to the front of the mat and just move your blocks. And then it's either downward dog or child's pose or sitting for a few moments. And just integrate all of that. Okay, our next pose is going to be pigeon. So if you prefer it on your back, then go ahead. We've kind of already done it. So from here, you can go to hands and knees or downward dog. Bring your big toes to touch. Let's lift the left leg high to the sky. And wherever it's going to go, if you're on hands and knees, it's going to be different. Just reach it up. And then let's bring that left knee forward, the left shin forward. And you can lower down. Find your way. Use your props. If you need a prop, put it in. Okay, I love to sway once I get here. There's something, it's nice when we're in these shapes that we don't normally go in to kind of explore. So you might be swaying side to side. Feel in. Okay, and then just coming to your center. I'm still on my hands. That can be a lot of a lift. If that's too much for you, I'm going to start to lower you. And forearms, or if you like to go all the way down, go for it. Otherwise, I'll just take 2 more breaths here. I'm just anchoring the hands, pressing, taking the belly back, heart back. Good. And then release. And release yourself into the depths of this pose for yourself, whatever that is. Where you can be here. And, for some of us, this can be really intense. And sometimes that is, you need to back out, but it's a great entryway. So however you are here, drop in, release. I'm going to start to just drop my head. Maybe your eyes are closed. You're just using your breath and your attention to release what needs to be released. Melt your heart space. When we release the heart, we release the shoulders, the hips, go okay. And they might release a little more too. Good. Okay. And then from here, I'm just going to roll more onto the right side, just so I can take this prop out. And then bring yourself back. And I'm going to press up and back into downward facing dog. And you can go to hands and knees, child's pose, whichever one. Okay, so I'm going to stay with the left leg. And I'm going to just reach it up, take this doggy peeing pose. You can do it on hands and knees. So you bend the heel to the hip. It's going to lift the hip. And I'm not going to take this to wild thing. We've done this for a very long time. So if this works, you look at your right foot, you turn it and put it flat. And then the left foot, you have to watch, make sure you don't hit your blocks, comes over. And then maybe the left arm lifts. And we just rock it out, open, and release. And then we'll just integrate. So either sitting or downward dog, child's pose, whichever one. We'll just take 5 breaths in like a restful place for you. Just kind of feel everything that's happening. And I'm just going to push. Good. Okay. Good. All right, if you need to shake your wrists or whatever you need to do, and we'll set up your second side. So again, I'm going to come through downward facing dog, yogi's choice. Be hands and knees. Or if you know where we're going, just go there. I'll bring the big toes to touch and sweep the right leg up high to the sky. Open. Good. And then bring that right knee forward. Find your position for pigeon, wherever it is. Like sometimes that ankle needs to come in more, sometimes it can move out. And grab your blanket to put underneath your, if you need it, underneath your right hip. And slide the left leg out. And once you're in it, just enjoy the swaying, rocking. You're breathing, close your eyes. Enjoy, explore. Good. Okay, then I'm going to come into the stillness center. I'm going to stay on my hands. You go wherever you need. Lower yourself, melt yourself. Good. Okay, and now I'm going to drop the heart and let that guide me down. So take the heart forward, maybe start on the forearms or all the way down, whatever works. And just, again, feel into what this is, what you have access to, and what you can begin to release here. Feel in. This is another IT band stretch, like where we really, if we suffer from sciatica, this is a good place to be. Release it. Okay. Melting the back of your heart. Nice, easy flow of your breath. Okay, so just moving into maybe 2-3 more breaths here. Really melt that, like, I just want to stay here forever kind of feeling. Okay, and then as you're ready, friend, you'll come out. I'm going to come back to wild things, so you decide where you want to go. Even from hands and knees, you can bring the big toes to touch or your knees to touch. We'll lift the left leg up high to the sky or out to the side, wherever it's going to go. Bend the heel in and open. If you'd like to move to wild things, start by looking at your left foot and you turn it, put it flat. Then you look over on the left side, make sure there's nothing there for you to trip on as you bring the foot over. And then you can reach the arm up or over, open, breathe, and release. And again, we're going to come down either child's pose or sitting, just feeling in everything you've opened, invited, and welcomed. Good. Okay. Beautiful. I'm just going to come to sit. You can grab your blanket if you need to sit on something. And we're going to open the legs out to the sides. So however that works for you, make it comfortable. Good. Come to sit. The legs open in a nice, good position for you. And Yeah, good. And then hands behind your back. And you can even bow your chin a little bit. Just feel whatever you're holding here. Can you drop the sit bones to the floor? And from the weight of the sit bones, the thighs will start to melt. Good. Okay, we're coming to the end of our practice, so we're just going to go for twist. I'm going to take the left hand behind, right hand in front, and you're just going to turn to face your left leg. And just opening the chest as if the center of the heart could face your foot. So maybe the legs are going to come in. And just feel. And you can start to drop your gaze or let your eyes close. And then we'll just walk ourselves out over this leg. And you don't need to go very far. You know, you're just kind of looking, where can I feel something? If you want to go deeper, the right hand can come across to hold anywhere outside this leg. Okay, we'll just take 2 more breaths here so you can drop in more deeply if you like. Okay, so I'm going to come up into side stretch. I'm going to take this left hand to the floor somewhere and sweep the right arm, wherever you have it, just sweep it up. Maybe all the way out to the right, just so you come up right with, left hand on the floor, and then sweep this right arm up and over. And move the left hand. Okay, take 1 more breath. You can even let your chin drop, your eyes close, as you know where we're going. So the right hand will come behind, the left hand's going to come into center, and you're going to turn your chest towards that foot. And if you need to bring the leg in, do that. It's all fine. Good. Okay, just taking the heart back a little bit. Breathing here. Good. And then we'll start to just walk the hands. You don't have to press yourself. You don't have to make it more than what unfolds. So you're just going to feel in. If the left hand wants to come across, that's great. If not, that's totally fine too. And just dropping into this place, whatever is arising, embrace it, feel it. Okay, and then we're going to prepare to come out. The right hand's going to find its place. The left arm's going to reach up and out to the side. So we start from here. And then once you're here, you kind of, yes, and then take it up and over. Find your place. If this is really lifting, then back it in and stretch. And maybe move that hand to the inside if you like, a little deeper. Good. And then coming out of that and just finding your sit. If you need to bring your legs in, give them a little shake, do that. And then the last one we're going to do is a forward fold in the center. If you prefer, Utkatasana, that's fine. You still have the legs open, it's just not as much pressure. So inhale, and as you exhale, maybe you close your eyes, let the chin drop, and you might stay there, or the hands are going to come inside. And just find your version of this. Maybe the arms go wide. And just melt yourself. Okay, if you want to move side to side, I'm a big fan of moving in the pose. Because that's where we know, how often do you do this in your regular life? Okay, so keep moving or be still, yogi's choice. We're here for another 5 breaths. Just really looking for that inner thigh stretch. Just You know, as you bring in this forward fold, we did this standing. So different here. Same, but different. Good. Okay. Take a nice big breath in and release it. And then you might keep your eyes closed as you walk yourself upright. Good. And then once you're up, hands come behind, just kind of drop in. And we'll bring the legs in. You know, I'm going to come just for a little leg massage here in Utkatasana, whatever position you need to do. I'm just going to massage the feet, the inseam of the legs. Okay, the tops of the legs, and then we'll bring the knees together. Good. Okay, so we're going to move into Shavasana. Before we do that, and I'm going to put the hips on the block, and you know, maybe I'll just do that with the wheel and show you guys how this looks. So either you don't have a wheel, then you're going to use your block or your bolster if you want to put on your stuff to make yourself comfortable. Then go ahead, and then once you're down, you can put that block under your sacrum. Whatever height works. And then just settling into this version of upside down. However whatever position, whatever height you have the block. Good. Just resting with the feet on the floor. If you want to, you know, sway the knees a little bit, you can do that. You want to lift your legs up or one leg at a time. You can do that. Or one leg for a few breaths and then switch, or both legs. So whatever you're doing, legs lifted, feet on the floor, it's good work. And then just releasing my feet back to the floor. If you have them lifted, you want to stay, that's fine. And whenever you're ready to come off the block, then we'll just drop down and take the time you need to set yourself up for a good Shavasana. So bolster, blanket to cover you. I'm going to put another blanket down here just to support my feet in a nice way. So just kind of folded it. Yeah, good. And then spread out. So the arms can go out to the side. The legs can be a little bit apart. And just receiving this great gift of gravity. It's assisting you in your Shavasana. So we're moving into spring equinox starting tomorrow. And just tapping into, the energies surrounding you, beneath you, above you, your own good energy. Feeling into any parts that are still resisting this rest. Softening through the front of your hip creases, all the way down the center of your buttock cheeks. Let them also rest. Softening your eyes. And choosing to stay in your restful state as long as you like. We're starting to make little movements as you journey your way to lying on your side, and take your time. Something kind of decadent and lovely, and just moving slow, and honoring the practice and honoring your rest. And so if you are coming up to sitting, even if you're still lying down, just feeling into your own energy, what has shifted, and even feeling into that rising energy outside. If you can hear the birds where you are, just feeling the sunshine. And whenever you're ready, bringing your hands together at your heart and bowing your chin. This is a way of honoring deeply your mind, body, breath, spirit, all parts of yourself. We yoke together in our yoga practice. And as you're ready and you inhale, press your sit bones into the earth and lengthen tall through the crown of your head. Exhale this breath and join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. Oh, some baritone. Excellent. All right. And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. And bowing your chin. And release your hands. Oh, no, don't release your hands. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch that breath. Put in all your loving kindness, compassionate tenderness, and lifting your chin and opening your eyes, and offer that to yourself, to your puppies, your beloved, and send that out big time. Send it out. Yes. Namaste, friends. Thank you, guys. So bear with me for a moment. Thank you for being here.